Hey, what's up? It's Tati back with another review of AEW Collision. We started off with the international title on the line, Jon Moxley versus Action Andretti. Obviously, Action Andretti is not going to get his hands on the title tonight, but he does look really great in this match. So it was a really great opener. This is the first time we actually have Jon Moxley on Collision, which is pretty interesting. I do see here that tonight that there are some people who we don't normally see on Collision are on tonight. So it seems like they're spreading the roster a little bit onto this show, conveniently after CM Punk is no longer with the company. But either way, great opener with these two guys. I'm glad that Action Andretti got a chance to shine in this match as well. However, Moxley retains. Now up next, we do have a video promo with Roderick Strong, and he's sitting in between the kingdom, and he's talking about his friendship with Adam Cole, back where it started, and how things have obviously ended up at this point now that Adam is best friends with MJF. All he wants is his best friend back. He's going to focus on winning this tournament, go against MJF for Triple B, win the Triple B. And he says even after he wins the title, he still won't be happy because he wants his bestie back. And honestly, Roderick, I feel for you. So next we have the TBS title on the line, Chris Statlander versus Robin Renegade. We do have Charlotte, who is ringside, and she is getting involved. And it got to the point where Chris had to put her hands on her because she's getting annoying. Now, the match is whatever, but I've seen the Renegades do a little bit better these past few weeks. Either way, you guys already know that Chris did retain the TBS title. But what happens after this match is what's most important here. Now, after the match, Charlotte gets into the ring and starts beating on Chris. And then Robin decides, you know what, I'm going to help my sister and beat this bitch too. And then we hear like a strike of lightning or whatever, and then it's Jade Cargill who comes out. Now, I know a lot of people have been reading the dirt sheets about her not coming back or whatever, and I didn't believe that for 1 second. She's back. She comes into the ring. The Renegades turn their back because they're like, you know what? She's not going to do anything to us. If anything, she's going to go and attack Chris since she lost her title to her. Wrong. She attacks the Renegades, and then she gives Chris a jaded. She picks up the TBS title. She kisses it. And it looks like we are going to see Chris and Jade somewhat in the near future because she wants her title back. And also Mark Sterling was there. So yeah, she still have her legal representation. But this is very interesting because honestly, I've been so bored with Chris Statlander. She's a good wrestler and whatnot, but the personality, she's lacking that, at least for TV. And we like people with big personalities in wrestling. So yeah, Jade, come get that TBS title. So next we have Renee Paquette. She's backstage with Saraya and Ruby Soho. Ruby did not forget what Tony had did to her at All In. However, Saraya is letting us know that right now Toni Storm is somewhat mentally ill. They don't seem to really see her as a threat right now or want to get into any physical altercations with her. So I guess they're just letting things slide for now. Saraya got bigger things to think about, including having to put the title on the line at Dynamite Grand Slam. So whoever's going to end up winning that fatal four-way match on Dynamite, she'll be putting her title on the line against them. And obviously, she's letting us know that she will be retaining. But let's talk about something that's even more important. Sorry, ladies. Claudio Castagnoli and Eddie Kingston, once again, these two are sitting down in the same room. We have Tony Schiavone, who's doing a sit-down interview with them, and Claudio starts off by saying, I don't even know where this whole beef thing started out from. And Eddie Kingston is so mad because he's like, you're lying through your teeth. There's no way that you don't know how this whole shit started to begin with. And to be honest, the beef had been going on for so long, you just probably don't remember how things got started. So kind of understand where Claudio is coming from. However, long story short here, we have Eddie Kingston, who obviously wants his hands on the ROH title. And then Eddie goes on to proposing that they have a match at Dynamite Grand Slam and also putting his title on the line. And Claudio was like, you know what? He'll put his title on the line. So now the winner of this match will become a double champion. Oh my gosh. So this actually comes in the way of my fantasy booking that I've been saying with Claudio and Samoa Joe, hoping that these two will go at it, and Joe ends up being a double champion with world title and TV title. That's not going to happen, but it's okay. We're going to have another situation where there will be a double champion unless there's a draw, and I don't see that happening. So we do have the ROH title on the line, and also the New Japan Openweight title as well for Dynamite Grand Slam, Claudio versus Eddie. And I'm wondering, why didn't we save that for a pay-per-view? Either way, I'm looking forward to it. So next we had trios action. We had Bullet Club Gold versus Gravity Aerostar and El Dios de Inframundo, which is God of the Underworld. I didn't really care about this. It's just one of those situations where it's like you put people who are supposed to be somewhat growing on the card, which is Bullet Club Gold, and then you stick them in the ring with people who has nothing to do with anything. Matter of fact, some people have never even seen any of their opponents, so it just feels a little bit yeah, random. Now, one thing I can take from here is that we do get to see a lot of cool things from everybody here, but as a whole, it's just like you're not feeling it. It's skippable in my eyes, but check it out if you want to. Obviously, Bullet Club Gold, they end up taking this win, and I'm glad to see a lot of improvements with the guns. Now, Jay White was supposed to be in this match, not Juice. So, for whatever personal reasons AEW was talking about, he could not make it to Collision. So, Juice ended up taking his place. Now, during the entrance, they use a cardboard cutout that they've been walking around with for the past month or so. This thing looks okay from the front, but you guys know during the entrance, the camera goes around all the members. And when you see the back of the cardboard cutout, that shit is fucked up, taped up to death, because it's hardly have anything to help keep it up. It looks horrible. And not only that, Juice is letting us know that he has this thing on the frame letting us know that he's the Collision Cowboy of the Month. And when he shows it on camera, he's actually holding it upside down. And at first I'm like, well, what the hell does that say? It took for him to give it to the commentators, for them to read it to everyone so we could know what exactly it said. I didn't even know that a Collision Cowboy was even a thing, but Juice looks great in that picture. So we get a promo with CJ Perry, also known as Lana, Miro's wife. Now, did confirm that Miro did leave her. Well, not for real. But in terms of the storyline, he did leave her. He forsaken God and everything else in his life on his quest to, I don't know, getting the TNT title or just being big again in AEW. And I guess she's saying that she wants to manage him or something like that. Honestly, I still have more questions about what's going on between these two, but I do like her delivery here. And the only thing I care about is that when she's by his side, that this is going to help Miro at this point of his career. Sometimes something that worked in the past doesn't necessarily work again in the future. So let's see where things go on with these two together. Now we also have like a few quick seconds with the Dark Order, letting us know to support the good guys and that they are the good guys. So, okay, sure, I'll support. So next we have the Acclaim. They're saying that they're on a world tour, and on their next stop, they'll be in New York, which will be a Dynamite Grand Slam. So not next week, the week after, whatever. Then we have Ray Fenix versus Angelico. It was okay. It's just one of those situations where it's just like, I don't know. I just was bored with it. Now we do have Serpentica, who is ringside with Angelico, and he's helping him out, getting involved in this match here and there. And to me, I don't know. I just couldn't get with it. Either way, this is the match that Ray Fenix is having before he gets into the ring with John Moxley next week for the international title. He want revenge for what happened to him the match before All In, when they attacked him and used a crowbar and ripped up his mask and all that shit, and they used it for an excuse for why he could not be at All In, when really he had visa issues. So now on to the semifinals for the tournament. Roderick Strong versus Darby Allin. We have Roderick who comes out to the ring with the Kingdom. His neck is still in that brace. And I just realized their shirts say neck strong. For whatever reason, I didn't catch it on Wednesday, but they were wearing the shirt again and it made me laugh. And I thought maybe I should get that too. But if I do, that might give somebody the wrong impression. So I'm probably going to pass on that. Now, Darby is like from the parking lot. He's skateboarding in so he can go to the match. And here, out of the blue, Luchasaurus snatches his ass up and starts attacking him. And then he gets him into like some type of torture rack position. And then Christian comes out, and Christian's like, "So you knew you wasn't gonna get your hands on the TNT title. So now you're being part of this tournament for the world title." And he lets him know that as long as he's in AEW, which he had just signed a multi-year big fat check contract with AEW, he is not going to be winning any gold at any point. And then he tells Luchasaurus to finish him off. Luchasaurus throws him against this steel gate or whatever, and Darby just looks like a rag doll on the ground. We have people from the back and Nick Wayne coming to see if he's all right. And during this time, Roderick is watching and he's like, you know what? Darby's not going to make it to the ring. And he's already celebrating in the ring that he's going to win this match. But guess what? A Darby with the spirit of John Cena gets up and make it to the ring. And yeah, I'm annoyed. So sometimes I think it's Darby Allin that pitches these crazy ass spots because he just loves being in pain, whatever the situation is. Now he gets in the ring. Nick Wayne is out there watching while we have the Kingdom also there on Roderick's side. Now, right off the bat, this is easy for Roderick, but then at some point, we do have Darby that just miraculously is able to defend himself and keep it going in this match. This match went through 2 commercial breaks, so it went on pretty long, but I enjoyed it. It was great. Now, for whatever reason, we have AR Fox that comes out of the blue. I guess he feels like, hey, let's even things up since there's 2 members of the Kingdom over there. I can be out here with this punk ass Nick Wayne. In case of anything pop off, I'll be here on Darby's side. So, oh, I can't forget this. This is a crazy spot in this match where we have both Darby and Roderick. They are on the top turnbuckle, and then Roderick does like a backbreaker onto the top turnbuckle. Then Darby falls onto the mat, and then he falls outside of the ring. This dude is absolutely insane. Jesus, he needs a break. Now, like I said, AR Fox was over there. So at some point, we do have the Kingdom trying to get involved, trying to help Roderick take the win. But then Nick Wayne and AR Fox was like, nah, we're not letting that slide. And they get into a little physical tussle with the Kingdom. However, at some point, Matt Taven moves and AR Fox ends up accidentally hitting Nick Wayne. And Nick Wayne is pissed off. And Darby sees this and he's distracted. And here we got Roderick taking advantage of that and going for the win. Now there's problems with the House of Darby. And honestly, I don't care. So next we have Powerhouse Hobbs. He is letting everyone know that he put Miro to the limit and he was the actual winner of that match. Now, I'll give props. That was a very great match. And I do believe he did put the limit onto Miro, but he obviously lost. But I do feel like it was a really good showing for Hobbs. He's letting everyone know that everyone will fall to the book of Hobbs. So we'll see what happens. AEW has dropped the ball on him so many times. I just don't know if I could be excited or not. Now, next, we also have Lexi, who's interviewing Keith Lee. Keith Lee's letting everyone know that he is the Collision and that everyone back there better run. So another guy that AEW has been dropping the ball on, Keith Lee is very talented. And he's somebody who I expected to be much further in this company. But for whatever reason, it's just been a hit and miss with a lot of people that comes to AEW. And I don't want to throw the race card, but a lot of black guys just don't move far in pro wrestling because a lot of these promoters just don't know what to do with them. We don't have to play on stereotypes, that's for one, but it just seems like I don't know, someone like Keith Lee, someone like Powerhouse Hobbs, Source Strickland, these guys, they should just be somewhere else in their careers and they're just not. So that's really disappointing. So we'll see what happens with Keith Lee. Now let's talk about a very, very good promo with Bryan Danielson. So now we have Bryan Danielson in the ring with Tony Schiavone. Bryan is letting us know that he had promised his daughter that when he was 7 years old, he'll be home. And his daughter is 6 years old. And the crowd is booing. What a little brat. So now he's letting us know that this supposed last year that he's going to have is going to be epic. And that his first match that he wants to have will be at the Wrestle Dream pay-per-view. That will be on October 1st, and that's going to be in Seattle. And he's like, he's going to name his opponent. So I'm thinking, okay, he's going to say MJF. He's going to go for the world title right off the bat. He definitely hasn't had his hands on that, and he's going to want that. Why not have a lot of titles before you retire or whatever? But then he says the name Zach. And I'm like, Zach? Not my Zach. Then he says Sabre Jr. And Jesus Christ, I felt this rush just go through my whole body. And I'm just like, this is fucking arousing. This is the type of stuff that I'm just waiting to see. Matchup like these being announced. Holy crap. I need a moment. Give me a minute. Yeah, so matches like those are just amazing. How about that? So then we have Ricky Starks with Big Bill. They come out and Ricky is on giving great promo mode. And every single time this guy has a mic in his hand, I am just absolutely impressed. And then he goes and say, look, I have graduated from being hungry to being greedy, and I'm going to take whatever the hell I want over here. And then it seems like we're getting a lot of compliments from Bryan Danielson, who is putting Ricky over in this moment. And then it seems like, well, I believe, Bryan was inviting Ricky to be part of BCC. And before he could truly give like a good invite here, Big Bill decides to get physical with Bryan and start attacking him. And then Ricky goes and pushes Big Bill. And I'm just like, oh, maybe he wanted the invite and wants Big Bill to stop. No, he decides that he wants to beat up on Bryan instead. And then Jon Moxley, he comes out so he can help his bestie. But Big Bill beats Jon Moxley up. That kind of felt a little weird to say because nobody does that to Jon Moxley. But either way, we ended off with Ricky Starks choking out Bryan Danielson, which is what Bryan had did to him during that strap match. And now we are faced with maybe a tag team match with Bryan and Moxley versus Big Bill and Ricky Starks, perhaps for next weekend. I'm pretty sure that's where we're going with it. But either way, I want to hear more about that invite to Team BCC. So main event time, Samoa Joe versus Penta. This is the semifinals for the tournament. And whoever wins will go against Roderick Strong in the finals. Whoever wins that goes against MJF for the Triple B. Now, unlike the match we got with Samoa Joe and Jeff Hardy last night, Penta actually puts a really good fight in this. And I really did enjoy this match because this was not the stereotypical Samoa Joe match that you get where it's him pretty much dominating this whole time. We really get a lot from Penta here, so it didn't feel... I mean, sure, it felt predictable in terms of Samoa Joe's going to win this, but it doesn't look too easy for Samoa Joe compared to most of the matches that we've been seeing him in these past few months. So, not too far into the match, we do have Alex and Penta. They put a table leaning against the barricade, and then later on in the match, as things are progressing, the show is coming to an end, and it's literally 9:59, and I'm just like, hold on, we didn't use that beautiful table yet. What's going on? Then the commentators are letting us know that the show is going to continue until this match ends. So then that puts my mind at ease. We got time for the table. So then Penta is giving Samoa Joe the business outside the ring, and they make their way towards the table. Now Samoa Joe is in front of the table, all dazed and confused, and then Penta gets into the ring and he's going for a dive onto Samoa Joe to the table. And I'm just like, holy crap, they're really going for this. And then Here comes Penta flying through the ropes, and Joe casually walks away from the table, and Penta eats up the whole damn table. Holy shit. So then Samoa Joe picks up Penta, damn near lifeless body, brings him in the ring, goes for a cover, and he kicks out. He is obviously frustrated and knew that that table should have been just enough to get him down. He goes for a coquina clutch and ends up getting the win. We got Samoa Joe versus Roderick Strong for next week, and that's predictable. However, I really wanted Roderick to win this whole thing. Like, I really don't see Roderick winning it at all at this point. I do see this going to Samoa Joe, but I do believe that Roderick would have benefited from this more than Samoa Joe in this situation. And me personally, I would be looking out for someone like Roderick versus Samoa Joe. Either way, this tournament, it's been really quick. It's been predictable, but we're gonna end up having a second match in a tournament with Samoa Joe and Roderick Strong. Remember the Owen Hart tournament? They both were in, I think, was it the semifinals? I think so, or quarterfinals, whichever one. We had that match, and from there, that's when Roderick has started wearing the brace from going into a coquina clutch with Joe. So now everything is going full circle for them. I'm hoping to have a really great match with those two next week. So this episode of Collision, there's some things you could skip, but the strong moments were really, really strong, like the Bryan and Ricky Starks. I did enjoy the opening match with Jon Moxley. We had a few moments that was just great. Oh, watched the main event as well. It was really cool. I'm glad we just didn't see Penta getting decimated the whole entire time. Collision was great, especially for us people who are home on Saturday night with nothing to do. Go check it out if you haven't. AEW has already posted those clips on YouTube, so check it out. Guys, thanks so much for watching my review. I'll be back on Wednesday with Dynamite. Bye.